Welcome to Manifesting Through Motherhood. I'm your host, Lindsay Williams, a self-development mentor, entrepreneur and author, dedicated to helping busy mums like you manifest success, balance and create passive income on your terms. With years of experience in mindset, manifestation, fitness, parenting and business growth, I share simple yet powerful strategies to help you transform your life without the overwhelm. If you're ready to up-level your mindset, build a thriving business and create the life you truly deserve, you're in the right place. You can also find all my books on Amazon, packed with tools to help you manifest and grow. So don't forget to follow the podcast to be updated on all new episodes. And let's get going. Welcome back, guys. How is everybody doing? Well, this is the last podcast of the month. Where has January gone? So I thought, let's do a check-in reset. What am I releasing, reclaiming and remanifesting as a busy mum? Because we might have set some goals in January, we might not have achieved those goals. They might not even relate to us anymore. It doesn't really matter, because what we do is set really good intentions. And if you're like me, you like to manifest hard, set goals hard, and just achieve something for the end of the month for me to say, you know what, I've done more than I expected. And this is why I like doing month-to-month goals, because I like to break them down weekly in my manifested journal and write all my goals and my intentions down. I find them really easy, especially when you're a busy mom. Sometimes things can just crop up. You have to be quite flexible in your approach to how we manifest. Manifesting, like if I feel like how I used to manifest before I had my son, I had a lot more time on my hands. I was able to do things far and beyond what I wanted to do. But I have to be very practical now. I'm a very practical manifester because I like I've said before, I like sustainability. I like effortless manifesting. I like manifesting to show up excitedly where I'm not expecting it. And that's what I did. Like the last 2 weeks, I just wrote some like crazy manifestations down. And it was about spreading the awareness and having more podcast listens. And I had a surge of downloads of my podcast. Messages. I did my article. I didn't expect to be on the TV and talk about Harrison's awareness. It just happened so quick. And I feel like the universe is saying, and a lot of people have messaged me and said, you have to do more of this work. You have to advocate for parents, and not just busy mums, for dads as well, because they struggle, and I know they struggle. I had a really good heart-to-heart with my husband the other night, and I said, you know what, I never really asked you, how do you feel about Harrison's diagnosis? How do you, you don't have anybody to speak to, really, and men don't really talk, and his friends don't ring, and he doesn't live in the same hometown as his friends growing up. And it's like, no, it's fine. It doesn't matter that nobody rings. It doesn't matter because he doesn't mix with people with SEN children, bar from going to school, or if we do any play dates, then we will. There is a dad that we all meet, we meet up with, and we do things. And we kind of are, it's like a special club. We kind of all know, what we're all going through. We can talk about things like education, healthcare plans and support and therapy, and we can talk about those things, but he wouldn't talk about that with the average father at work that the child goes to mainstream. Their child will be having such a different experience. And he was like, no, absolutely fine. He said, you know what? You love to do all this. He said, you have to fight for everything. And I'll let you do it because this is your hometown and you know what you're doing. You are very much involved with the school and the parents. And he said, I said, how do you manage the way you feel? He's completely the opposite to me. He's very chilled and calm and collective. And he's like, well, I don't let things bother me. And as long as I have my downtime, it's fine. He's older than me, so I don't know if that plays into that chill factor. And I said, you know what, we both wasn't prepared for this. We had a child together and we didn't expect to have a child with challenges. And it took 14 and a bit years to find out what was the root of his needs. So we're never going to find the answers always. And I've had a few parents reach out to me. So I've obviously initiated the last year, we went for the genetic testing, and they've been for some genetics, and another parent messaged me, and her daughter's 16, and she said she has been diagnosed with a genetic mutation, and she's 16. And actually, when I read it up, it actually relates to everything she is like. And she can't be left out on her own, like Harry says. She can't be left to wonder. They would get knocked over. They would be at risk of like grooming and abduction and being run over. It's just so, it's not like, I was thinking like what I was doing at my age, and I was working. There's no way he's even at any level like that. He still requires, I mean, he's taller than me, and he still requires personal care, physical care. I have to watch him all the time. Like, hold his arm. I've got to make sure he navigates. I don't bump into people. And so it is hard, but you know what? We make provisions. And I think that's what we have to do, make provisions, and as parents. And we know our environment, and we know where they like and not like. But before we rush into next month, into more goals, more pressure, more I should be doing better, I want to pause. Because if this month has felt heavy, and I know a few of you have reached out to me and it has felt heavy, emotional, or just a lot, you're not behind. You are just human. And this is your permission slip to reset gently. Your next month might seem easy, like a breeze, but something can happen and we least expect it. So let's look at what didn't work this month. Like plans that didn't stick. Did you energy dip? Did you become poorly? I have a few friends who become poorly, and they've got so many like courses going on and work. When you're working with like as a coach one-to-one, it's so hard to let people down. And this has happened to my friends. Or have you got moments where you've thought, why can't I just get it together? You've just got to reframe that. Nothing you've done has failed. It just gives you like the information and the clarity that you've needed. So you know what? Maybe I did need to slow down. Maybe I didn't take into consideration January we get our bugs. Because even though we set our goals, we set out a month, we don't know if we're going to get come down with an illness and colds, or children are going to get ill. We can only do our best. As long as we're preparing, we might have to adapt. We might have to carry things into next month. I have friends. I have a lovely listener, Rachel. I know she struggles with pain management and fibromyalgia. And I know she's trying to run her business, and she reaches out to me, and she's so lovely, and she's always sharing my podcast. But she does self-care, and that I will commend her for this, because she knows when her flare-ups are coming, then she knows when they are. She knows she has to just give up and rest for a few days, and she has to adapt to business. And luckily she's got an amazing husband called Dave, and her children that look out for them, and so it's getting the family involved. And it's nice to see that she's looking after her. And the more you have flare-ups, it can be disheartening, because you're trying to work on your goals and your business. And it's hard because we're trying to make money. We're trying to have an income for our family. We're trying to look at growth as well. It's really hard. We've all got things going on. Whether you are employed, self-employed, like my cousin Jane, going through breast cancer, working, she's gone back to work. And she's still got to have surgery. She's still got taking medication. And I commend her. I really don't know how she does it. Because as a family member, you know what people are going through. But we have to carry on. Self-development has been her key. Journaling, walking with the dog. You find things for you that work. Messaging me every day, having giggles. So those are the things. So January might have gone pretty well, and you could get to the end of the month and your mindset goes, and that's what can happen. Your mind can just deteriorate. I've had people message me, grief's kicked in, and I'm like, grief is just normal. It can pop up at any time. So what are you going to release as a busy mum? Sometimes it's unrealistic expectations, comparison, especially online. Doing everything for everybody. I still see friends doing this, and I tell them off all the time. And guilt for needing rest. I say to my friend Linz, you've got to rest, you've got to chill out. I even say to my husband, and I told her, my husband's like, does she ever rest, that woman? She doesn't. I said to her, she said, I feel guilty. I feel like I'm going to be called lazy. I said, but you've got a child with health condition. You've got a child with additional needs. You're caring for your mum and dad. Come on, please look after yourself, because nobody will be getting looked after if there's no more you. And she has her own health conditions and challenges as well. But we forget that because we're worried about what other people are thinking all the time. So you will get, if you're close to me, you will get a pep talk. Sometimes we need a pep talk. I need a pep talk as well. That's so important that I get that. I used to get that from my mum, which is like always good that your parents can give you that, because we kind of accept it, don't we? Because sometimes people can see things that we're running away with ourselves. So what are we going to reclaim? This is the uplifting part. Talking about your boundaries, using your voice, using your intuition, and looking at your identity beyond just, I'm a mum. And this is a soft manifestation tie-in. When we reclaim parts of ourselves, we create space for better things to come. Self-development can come. It can be quite soft. It can be quite hard. It can show us lots and lots of, it can really throw everything in front of us, because we might need to reflect hard. We might make mega mistakes. But that's what self-development is. If we aren't learning, if people say that even if you're not consciously doing a lot of self-development, like the books and the journaling and the gratitude, we're still working on our self-development because we're learning, we're reflecting. It's like when we have that talk with ourselves saying, why do we do that? We shouldn't do that. Let's change this. And that's like what we do with our business. If you are thinking about launching a business, so much self-development work that needs to be done. And even that's your personal work, your health, your mindset, before it even gets down to business. So let's look at remanifesting for the next 3 months. Some gentle manifestation intentions. So let's look at next month. I'm manifesting ease over effort. I'm calling in support instead of struggle. And I'm choosing progress, not perfection. So you don't have to have those 3. Think of 3 for you. You know where things are going wrong. You know where you think, oh, I shouldn't really be doing that. We all know where our weak points are. We're just human at the end of the day. Mine's say no and people pleasing. Because at one time, I don't like saying no, but I really don't have the bandwidth to do things like I used to. Even like nights out, if you don't want to do it, you've got to be honest and have a laugh about it. Because if we can't say no at our age, well, if you're my age, 43, then we're just going to be getting walked over. And especially when we're in pain and we've got things going on, we can't do it. We've got children. We have to take care of them first, and our families and our partners. And if you're on your own as a busy mum, then you've got to do this by yourself. So you've got to be really practical with your time and energy and absorbing that negative energy as well. And like on the last episode, keep your vibrations high. And even if you've got to write sticky notes or write things around the house, just to remind yourself. So if this month didn't look how you planned, that doesn't mean you're behind. It means you're learning. You're allowed to reset. You're allowed to want more. And you're allowed to do it gently. So get your journals and write down, what am I releasing? What am I reclaiming? And what do I want to feel next month? So you might want to just release some bad energy, some pressure. You might want to outsource a little bit. You just want to release the drama sometimes. And what do you want to reclaim? And this could be your power, your control. Reclaim some love and support. And what do I want to feel next month? And that might be support. Listen to. I don't want to feel pain. I want to feel ease. I want to feel like I've got some time for me. I had a date day today with my husband. We went out, we did shopping, we did lunch. We did so much. And we was back for 10 to 3 before the school one. So we have to pack it in a day. But it was great just to touch base and have a minute to talk to each other. So it might just be that. You might not want to date with anybody. You might want to date with yourself. So choose a day, a goddess day or hour. Face pack, foot pack, something for you. It's just about looking after yourself. And this has to be daily, not just like every month. Intentions, and this is time blocking with everything you do. So time block this in. If it's dermaplaning your face once a week. I know Rachel likes to do face packs and foot packs. I love that she does that. And she has a little pink headband on, don't you, Rach? So she'll have a little, them little headbands, the cute ones at the front. And I love it. And she'll put face masks on. And I know when she's feeling a type of way with the pain, she knows her body. And if you're not in tune with your body, then you're going to struggle. You're not going to be prepared for these flare-ups or these moments where you just think, I just can't cope. And you're going to have sad days, you're going to cry, you're going to be fed up. But make sure you're journaling. Make sure you're talking. Like, the talk therapy is so good. We could do this, we can just write it all down. And even if we just write it down for ourselves, sometimes that can be very cathartic because we can look at it. And you know what I do sometimes? I just chat GPT if I'm going through something and I don't really want to mind anybody. I ask it questions and it's like, you're not being silly. Your thoughts are reasonable and they're valid. And sometimes we just need that. You might not want to tell everybody what's going on. And there's so much support out there online. And that's the great thing about being online, is you just use it as a guide. And then just check in with your health as well. How's your health doing at the minute? Have you got any fitness done this month? I'd like to have done a little bit more intensity in my fitness. So that's my next month's goal. So I know I have been doing workouts, but I don't think I've done enough cardiovascular. Yes, I'm on my feet all day, but I need to push myself a little bit more this month. So I know that's what I need to do for next month. But other things, as you can see, I've been getting carried away with and doing everything that I need to do. But I need to slow down a little bit. And Saturday I'm going to go shopping with my mum. So my dad's going to take my son out for a few hours, meet his friend and their children. So they're going to go out. My mum said, should we go shopping? So I was like, let's go shopping. Let's do a little bit of lunch, just a couple of hours. And I'm going to let him have some independence because my dad can look after him. He's really good with him and he stays really close with him. So it's nice to go out and do other things. As long as he's got a chaperone, it's fine. So that is my goal for this year, is to let other people help me. I've got so much support at my school and with other parents. The children have got disabilities, but we all know each other's children. So I feel like sometimes we have to let go a little bit as well. As long as your children are safe. I mean, we do a lot of things together, like the groups that we go to, like the physical therapy groups. We all meet up, and it's not one of those groups where you leave your children. We're not allowed to do that. We have to support them and be there, and for safety reasons as well. So I do try and meet up with friends and do things like that. So just think about what you didn't get time to do. What would you like to do? And send me a message. Let me know what resonated with you today with this. What did you think? You know what? I need to do more of this. Because sometimes it's good saying it out loud, but then we don't hold ourselves accountable, do we? So accountability is key. So let me know. And yeah, I will speak to you all soon. And let's smash the next month. And happy manifesting. Bye for now. If you're feeling called to go deeper, to align more, create more, and really step into that next version of you, you'll find everything you need in my link tree. From my book, Manifesting Through Motherhood, to powerful resources and ways we can work together. It's all there waiting for you. Come and find me on Instagram or Facebook. I love hearing what landed with you. Don't forget to follow the podcast, and if this episode spoke to you, please share it with someone who is on their own journey too. And happy manifesting.